Welcome to another PTCI exclusive. We're here at the 2015 Hooker Car Show. I'm Tony Mathis. Last year they had about 270 vehicles in this car show, and they're expecting to have even more this year. So we're going to go around, we're going to talk to some of the owners, talk about the cars, and basically ask some questions and see what everyone's got. All right, we're here with Grady Mathis and his 1975 K5 Blazer. Grady, how did you get this Blazer?
This is actually my great-grandpa's, and he bought it, or traded for it, in 1977. And then after he passed away, my dad purchased this Blazer and painted it and needed a new paint job. And last year we put a new motor in it, and this year new paint. And he's being gracious enough to let me drive it.
So your great-grandpa bought it when it was only 3 years old, is that correct?
2.
Oh, it was only 2 years old.
Only 2 years old.
So it's been in the family for a few generations then.
4 generations. Yep.
Wow. So you did all the painting, everything?
I did the prep work. My dad did the painting.
Yeah.
I'm not that skilled, but yeah, we did it ourselves.
Well, what kind of engine did you put in it?
Just a 350 crate motor.
Okay. All right. Can you tell me about your favorite memory with this truck?
My favorite memory was when I was about 11 years old. My dad took me hunting in it, and I remember we almost got stuck because it wouldn't go into 4-wheel drive. And we finally got it in, and that thing just pulled right out of that mud. But I have a lot of good memories with this truck, a lot of hunting stories. And
now this isn't going to be a hunting vehicle anymore, is it?
No, not anymore. No.
What was the hardest part about fixing it up and restoring it?
The engine.
The engine?
The engine was a booger. That was my first engine swap, and it just took a lot of time. We didn't have a shop. We were just shade tree mechanics without the shade. And so we really worked our butts off getting it in there. 100-degree heat, but it's in there and it's running good now. So.
Good. Is that automatic?
Yep.
Okay.
3-speed automatic.
And still 4-wheel drive?
Yep. 4-wheel drive.
Right. Well, we're going to get some shots of it from some different angles and kind of show it off.
Alrighty, feel free.
Dale George and his Ford Model T C-Cab. How did you get this car, George? I was looking at it and it's really neat.
Well, thank you. I started out about 20 years ago, and I talked my brother out of the cab. He had it out the farm, and the engine was a junk engine out of my dad's pickup. And so I just started gathering up parts and setting everything up on milk cartons to kind of see what I wanted. And then 15 years later, about 5 years ago, I finally got it finished.
Wow, that's crazy. So it's 15 years in the making.
Yeah.
Wow. What's one of your favorite memories with this car?
Probably the woodworking and the sanding and the kids helping me when I forced them.
Yeah, that wood is beautiful. And
Thank
you
you.
showed me your dash, and it's actually, the dash is automatic, and he pushes a button and it comes out from under. So it's really neat. What are your plans for this car? Just to keep it and pass it down?
Yeah, since I finished it, I've just, showed it a few times a year. The first year I showed it a lot, and then I backed off, and now I do it a couple times a year. And yeah, I'll probably pass it down to the kids.
Okay.
If they can behave themselves.
If they behave.
Yeah.
So you've got some pictures here, basically, of what it was when you first started.
Right. When Henry Ford first built it, this here's what it looked like, and then they put different beds on it.
Okay.
And then years later, I acquired this here. and then finally picked me up a bed, and this is where I had it setting up on milk crates and stuff to kind of figure out how I wanted to set it up.
I see. And then you just have progression throughout the years, even specific parts.
Right. And then I backed off on the woodworking on it, because if I did the woodworking too nice here, then Mama would make me redo her cabinets.
Oh,
so,
I understand.
But then I finished it just kind of in the rough, more like a rat rod, you know, and drove it a little bit to make sure everything was just the way I wanted it before I tore it all down and started putting it back together.
I see. So this is when you tore it back down again?
Right, and then, yeah, and then started putting it together after I, you know, did the painting and the polishing of the stainless steel.
That was a full project. That was full restore.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And then I made a list. Every part that I got on the car, I got a list where I bought it
Goodness.
and how much I paid for it.
That's very unique.
Yeah, I figured it'd be handy if I had to go back and get any more parts for it, I could know where to go.
Wow. So why don't you tell me about your engine real quick?
Well, it's a 454 come out of my dad's Chevy truck, and it was pretty much wore out, so he pulled it apart, threw it out in the junkyard, and I went and scavenged it and found all the parts and bored it. Found the blower at a garage sale, and then of course I had to do some modifications to it to get it to fit. Right now we're talking about 550 horsepower.
Oh, wow.
And I'm under driving the blower just to keep it more street worthy, so it'll drive better on the street.
I see. So it handles pretty well? And
Yeah, handles real well.
yeah, that's quite an engine in that. Thank you so much, sir. We're going to get some side shots of this and just kind of show it off a little bit.
Okay.
So we really appreciate it. Well, I'm here with Larry George and his 1925 Ford Model T Boat Tail Racer. And actually, we just talked to your brother.
Yes.
Which you said you had him come down here from Denver with that beautiful Model T C cab. And so, so this is an absolutely beautiful car. How did you come by it?
Well, I've been collecting up parts and pieces to build one for years, and I kind of just rounded up with this one here. It was already pretty much together, so I just couldn't pass it up.
You're like,
latched onto
that's a
it,
whole
and
lot
that's
less work.
Yes, it is. So now I got all the pieces for another one, and just haven't started on it yet.
Oh, I see. So maybe you'll have twins.
Yeah, that would work.
Now, tell me a little bit about what would be your favorite memory with this car, and how long have you had it?
We've had it about 7 years, and favorite memory is just looking at it and playing with it. Starting it up and driving it around. No, it's 40 mile an hour is not very fast, even though it's a racer, but in 1925, that's pretty fast. So.
I see. Well, tell me a little bit about the engine that you have in it.
It's a original 1925 Model T engine. It's been converted all over to 12 volt, you know, all the way through the system. Just got a Model A carburetor and manifold and stuff on it to give it more power and stuff like that. Other than that, it's just original.
Wow, yeah. That's very impressive. Is it hard to find tires for this?
Tires, no, they manufacture the tires now. The rims are a little hard to come by, but the tires and stuff, you can pretty well get the tires anywhere. So.
I see.
Yeah.
That's very nice. And your interior is very well done. Is this all leather?
Yeah, yes it is. Yeah, it's all leather and carpet.
I see. Well, this is a beautiful car. What are you planning to do with it?
Just look at it.
Just look at it?
Just look at it, put it shows a look at it.
I gotcha.
It's just so different and so cool and just cool.
It really caught our eye when we were walking down here. We're like, we got to get that one.
And you can tell it's my favorite color too. So, and my wife's favorite color. So
it's a beautiful color. Did you have to redo any of the paint, or did it come like
we
this?
just touched it up.
Just touched it up.
Yeah, it's pretty much like it was when we got it. So, ever since the Model Ts were made to start with, they raced them. And said over the period of time and stuff, they just went, raced them over and over and over and stuff. And what's really cool, we got an original picture from my wife's uncle that actually raced one just like this in 1925 to 26, 27, all the way through the 30s and 40s. They raced the old Model Ts. So it was quite the deal, and they just run them everywhere because there were so many of them on the road. So
now, this is very interesting with how this goes on the hood. Is that just strap it down?
Yeah, the hood straps are down when they've got the springs on the other side to keep it down for the cushion from the vibration when running around the track.
I see.
And that way you can just pop it loose over there and pop the hood off without having to bolt it down or anything. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very neat. If you don't mind, we're gonna go around and get a couple shots of this and show it off.
Okay.
And I really appreciate it, sir. That's a very beautiful car.
Thank you.
All right, I'm here with Mr. Mark Davis. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good, I'm good. How are you guys? Good?
I'm good. So you're the MC of the car show, basically?
Yes,
correct?
yes I am.
All right,
Yeah,
so what all does that kind of entail?
Well, basically just giving away stuff. That's what I do,
Giving away
Every
stuff.
half hour we give away $100 in cash, $300, basically total in cash and prizes for everybody here that's entered in the car show, the participants. And just random drawings out of a hopper we've got over here on kind of like a lottery machine we built with ping pong balls.
Oh, wow.
So we give away total today around $15,000. We give away all that during the day, and then at the end of the show at 4 o'clock we give away 5 $1,000 drawings. So my job is just kind of keep the car show moving and give away stuff and have a good time. So sometimes I get a chance to come look at the cars, which I'm doing now. So,
I see.
So.
Well, it sounds like I need to be hanging out with you.
Yeah, it's fun. yeah. If you want to try to win some money, come on over. It's a good place to be.
All right. So basically, do you know how many cars you guys have here today?
Not yet. We had 136, I believe, pre-registered for us, which is for us on pre-registers. That's really good. That's more than we've had usually. We've had up to 240 cars, almost 250 cars here, just short of it. Oh, wow. So this year we expect to have around 250 or over. So that's what we're hoping for this year.
Yeah, so it's just growing and growing every year.
It is. It's growing every year. Yeah, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So it's unbelievable. We started out with 30 cars, I believe, the first show we had 9 years ago. This is our 9th annual, and next year will be 10 years even. So we got cars from Colorado coming in, and I've seen some from Texas, and so of course Liberal, Kansas, and so we're covering some states today. And usually we have a guy here from Phoenix comes in from Arizona, so it's just getting bigger and bigger. So
what does somebody need to do if they've got like a really neat car that they want to enter in the car show? How do they need to go about that for next year?
Well, the best way to do it is just to get on a hookercarshow.net or .com, and that'll get you into our website, and the form to fill out for registration's on there. They can just fill it out and send it in. It's like $20 before the show, and you get a free t-shirt and a free meal.
Well, that's worth the $20.
Yeah, there's your $20 right there. Plus it gets you a chance to win, $300 every half hour in cash and prizes. So it's a good deal for the car show participants. Yeah, the car guys. So
yeah, so if you guys have a really cool old car, just go on the website and register $20.
Go to the website or call the Hooker Chamber of Commerce. Will help you out as well too. There's lots of different avenues to work with on that. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark. I appreciate it.
Thanks you guys for being here. Thanks to PTCI for always helping us out and being a good sponsor for us. So we appreciate it. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
All right. I'm here with Mr. Warren Fox, and this is his 1906 Rio Model B Runabout. So the oldest car I've seen so far, for sure, and it's just gorgeous. How did you come by this car, sir?
Well, a friend of mine in Wichita was restoring it, and he had it at the Model A swap meet. He wasn't quite done with it, and I tried to trade him a 32 Ford for it, and he came and looked at it and decided he would rather have the Rio than the 32 Ford, and I just couldn't stand it, so I bought it from him, and then he finished it up.
Wow. It's very pretty. How long have you had it?
Oh, about 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Yeah. 6 months.
Did you pull it in a trailer here?
Yeah, I trailer. Yeah, it only runs about 20 mile an hour top speed.
I see.
And it's a 1-cylinder engine. It's under the seat. It's a all wood car except for the hood. The fenders and the body are all wood.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And several people in Wichita area did different works on the upholstery, the top, the seats, the pinstriping, and all that was different people around Wichita. I have a list of those folks. Mm-hmm. They all did real good work.
Yeah, it really came together well. So far, what's been your favorite memory of this car, and what do you plan to do with it?
I don't know. My favorite thing about it is when it starts.
Yeah, I can understand.
And,
we'll have to listen to that.
You know, it does run really good. Tom completely rebuilt the engine, new cylinder head and cylinders, piston, machined all the bearings out and put Timken bearings and everything. So it's really from the ground up, it's been restored, and they did an excellent job on the paint, and I'm happy with it.
Well, definitely. Are you planning to pass it on to your kids?
Yeah, I suppose. I've got quite a collection of cars, and so when I'm gone, they can do whatever they want to with them. They can either divide them up or have a sale.
They'll enjoy it either way, but that's a gorgeous car. I wouldn't sell it if I was them.
I hope they don't.
Can you tell me a little bit about why the steering wheel's on the right side instead of left?
I can't really tell you the reasoning for it. That's where, on these very early model cars, it was always on the right. Mm-hmm. When it switched over to the left side, I really don't know.
Oh, okay.
But I do know that horn is scarce as hen's teeth. I think that's the last one in existence. The speedometer drives off the right front wheel over here, and I don't think there's another one of those. The floor mat, a man in New York City had restored one of these and had a company make a couple, and this was the last one he had. So.
Wow, so this has quite a few really rare parts.
Everything on it's rare.
Yeah.
And the lights were on several of the cars of this vintage. And you could take your crescent or your pliers and quickly pull this set nut off and then carry the light around to find your way back to the house, or if you had trouble to work on it and stuff.
Wow.
So, and they're kerosene. They have a fuel tank underneath and a wick.
Oh, wow. That's very, very cool. Yeah, if you don't mind, we're going to get a few different shots of this and just kind of show it off for everybody.
Sure.
And
great.
We really appreciate it, Mr.
Well,
Fox.
thank you very much.
That's really cool. I'm here with Lane Bourne in his 1973 Dodge Challenger. How are you doing today, Lane?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Can you tell me a little bit about your car?
Well, I bought it from a guy in Hays, Kansas, basically as is. The car itself is a numbers matching car, which means everything was original from the factory. The only thing that is different is I put the Krager rims on it, and it's a different paint than what it was, but the engine, the transmission, everything else was original. It's got the original vinyl top on it still, which is pretty cool for a 73.
It's in great shape too.
Yes.
Yeah. How long have you had it?
I've owned the car now for almost 2 years.
2 years. So far, what's been your favorite memory with it?
First time I took my fiance for a ride in it.
I see, I see. All right, so what are you planning to do with it? Do you drive it on special occasions?
I'm basically just restoring it and taking it to car shows.
Okay, very nice.
Doing a little bit here and there. I'm in no means in a hurry about it. I'm just kind of taking it easy and enjoying it.
I see, I understand. What's one of the best comments you've ever gotten about it?
Oh, probably when someone offered me a pretty good amount of money for it.
I understand, that's always nice. Are you planning, after you fully restored, are you planning on keeping it?
Oh, I'd like to, but I'm motivated by money, so if someone decided to want to pay me money for it, I'd consider it.
I gotcha, I understand. Well,
but I've always loved Challengers, and I found this one on the internet, and I decided to buy it.
What kind of engine does it have in it?
It's got a Chrysler 344 barrel, which for 1973 was the biggest engine you could possibly get for this car.
Okay.
It's got the 727 torque flat automatic transmission, which for 73 they didn't have a 4-speed for it.
Right.
They dropped that in 71 or 72, I believe.
Oh, okay. So I figure it moves pretty good.
Yeah, it's got some get up and go to it.
I gotcha.
The old guy I bought it from said it held the bridge record in Hays, Kansas for 5 years running.
Really? Wow.
What's the bridge record?
That's when they'll line cars up at the first crack of the bridge, and when they say go, they race across the other end, and it's kind of like a time trial event. The fastest time to the other end of the bridge wins.
Oh, okay. Well, that's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And so, did you redo the paint job?
I didn't. Sometime I plan on doing some touch-up to it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't mind, we're going to go around. We're going to get some different shots.
Oh, no problem.
To kind of show it off.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
With Ray Ortiz and his 1940 Ford Rat Rod. Tell me a little bit about your car, sir.
Well, like you said, it's a 1940 Ford. It started out to be a hot rod, and after it got so much money, it's like it's going to be a rat rod.
I gotcha.
And basically, it's just made up of a whole bunch of different car parts. The main body, though, is a 1940 Ford pickup, front end and cab, and then everything else is Chevy and Dodge and Cadillac and.
So whole big mix.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that the reason for like the Frankenstein hands?
Well, that's grandkids.
Oh, okay.
Grandkids like that.
I see. How long did it take you to build this?
About 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah,
wow,
4 months.
That's pretty quick.
Pulled pieces out of a 75 pickup and a 69 Chevelle rear end and just put them all together and just came up with what we came up with.
I see. How long have you had it for?
About, I guess, going on 3 years now.
3 years?
Yep.
What's your favorite memory so far in this vehicle?
Oh, it's all a memory. I don't know, because it's just an ongoing project. Thing about a rat rod, it's not like a custom car or an original build. It's always ongoing. It's always evolving. You always find something that, hey, I want to put this on there. I'm going to add to it. You know?
All right, like Legos for adults.
That's right. That's right. It's just a way to spend money.
I gotcha. So what do your grandkids think of it? Think it's pretty cool?
They love it. Yep.
Yeah, that's cute. I saw this up front and I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah, we get a lot of comments on those and lots of pictures taken with those.
I see.
So
what kind of engine do you have in it?
It came out of a 75 Chevy pickup, half-ton pickup. That and the tranny came out of that. And like I said, the rear end came out of a 69 Chevelle. And cab and fenders and front end are a 40 Ford pickup. The bed came off of a 30-something model Chevrolet. And so we just started cutting and putting it together.
When you start on a project like this, do you kind of know what you're going for, or it just happens
Have no
as you
clue.
go along?
I had no clue. It just evolved as it came together. I mean, you can see weld marks on it because I'd set the fenders up there and I'd tack them on. Now I don't like them, so I'd knock it loose, move them down lower, and then tack them on, stand back and look at it, and okay, that's the look I want. And so then we'd drill holes and bolt it.
Okay, so yeah, like you said, very involved process.
Yes.
What do you plan to do with it? Just keep building?
Yeah, just this one, like I said, I just add little things here and there, and we got this off, and I don't even remember what that came off of, actually. We was over in Lubbock here a while back, and chasing cars. There's a television show called Chasing Cars. Anyway, we went over and met those guys, and they had this thing thrown on the ground, and I offered them a price for it, and they took it, and don't know what it came off of. It was just laying on the ground. And I wanted one on mine.
Well, that's pretty neat. That's a cool car, sir. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
About the back fenders.
Yeah, tell me about the back fenders back here real quick.
Now this, I can't lie, this was a donation of Oklahoma Panhandle State University.
Oh, okay.
I had it in the shop and we were going to throw it away. It ran out of solvent, and I was hauling it out to the bin to throw it away, and I was like, you know what? That would actually make good fenders on the back of a rat rod. And so it came home and I cut it up and it became fenders on a rat rod instead of going in the dump.
Well, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's actually a solvent drum.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Oh, I like your horseshoes right here. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. The farm. I got these from the farm from what's his name at the farm?
John?
No, under him.
I can't think his name.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Yep, he got me all the horseshoes that I needed to put everything together. So.
Well, that's really neat. If you don't mind, we're going to go around and get a few shots of it and
no, that's fine.
Show the different elements that you put into it.
Yeah, this was a Guyman alley find. Somebody threw it away in the alley. I was telling Terry that I needed a trunk on this thing to haul stuff in.
Yeah.
And he goes, Ray goes, I found this in the alley for you. he drug it home, brought it over to my house the next day.
That's cool.
So.
Jeff Rash and his 1965 Impala SS.
SS.
How did you come by this car, sir?
I went to a car auction in Tulsa and ended up buying it. It's a 65 with matching number 396, and they had punched it out to a 502. Just kind of fell in love with it.
Well, I can understand that.
And bought it and brought it home.
How long have you had it?
About 6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
All right. Well, can you tell me a little bit about what this car has under the hood?
That 396 that's punched out with a cam in it.
Yep.
Bigger heads. It's an air-conditioned car. And they had made it into a 502 horse.
Okay.
So it
can go.
It does go.
I see. Well, it's got a beautiful paint job on it. Have you done anything to it, or just left it as you got it?
Just cleaned it up.
How did you come to be such an Impala fan?
Well, I actually went down there to buy a Mustang, but my uncle, my dad's brother, was the same age as me, lived with us, and he had one just like this, but a little deeper maroon color. And I kind of had a soft spot for it, so when I seen this, I ended up buying it.
You're like, I gotta have it?
I gotta have it.
I understand. What are your plans for this car?
We just collect cars. Our whole family collects them. My dad's got a bunch of them in the car barn, and I collect Harleys, and now I got me an Impala.
Now, is your dad the one who first started this tradition of collecting cars in your family?
Yes, I call him Mr. Sanford. He still has his first nickel.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's really cool. If you don't mind, we're going to go around and just get some shots.
Sure.
And kind of show off how nice this car really is.
It is. It's a nice car.
So I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks. I'm here with Bob Christie in his 1957 Mercury wagon. This car caught my eye as soon as it came in, and I thought we've got to get that one. But can you tell me a little bit about it and how you got it?
Well, I bought it 14 years ago from the original owners that bought it new. It has never been restored. It's still all original.
Wow.
And they only made 2,286 of these in 3 years. Wow. It's a real rare car. Hardly any of them left. And we've been driving it for 14 years, keeping it going. It's got 86,000 miles on it now.
Wow.
So we've enjoyed it, and we're still going to enjoy it some more. But,
yes, it's only a 2-owner vehicle.
Yeah, I'm the second owner of it, yes.
That's very cool.
I've had to do a lot of mechanical work to it because it was parked for 35 years.
Oh.
But anyway, it's a neat car. We like it. And I've got several others. I've got 50 other cars, but I drive this one mostly.
Wow. So
I do body. I've been restoring cars for 57 years, so that's what I do for a living.
Oh, okay. Well, that's really handy.
Yeah.
So what's one of your favorite memories about this car, or what are one of your favorite things about this car?
Oh, probably the color of it and just the popularity of it. When I go to car shows, it's just, people just come and talk your leg off about it. You know?
Really stands out.
Yeah, people just like it. It needs a few things done to it, but I'm afraid to do it because it seems like the patina thing is a big thing now, you know, the originality of it. So.
Yeah, I understand. So this car is mostly all original.
It's all original except for the wheels.
Except for the wheels.
The wheels are the only thing.
Well, that's very nice. What are you planning to do with it? Are you planning to keep it?
I hope they take me to the graveyard in it.
Well,
That's what I told the kids.
Yeah, that's very cool.
But anyway, it's yeah, we don't plan on selling it. We've had a lot of big offers on it, but we don't want to sell it.
Yeah.
I'm building a 58 Pontiac wagon right now to pull on that little Airstream with. An old Airstream. That's what we're going to tour the country with when we get done with it.
That's very nice.
But, we have a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's a fun car.
What's one of the best comments you've gotten on this car?
Oh man, I've had so many comments on this car, I can't even think of it.
Hard to choose.
It's just the unusual. It's an unusual car, and it's a 2-door hardtop wagon, which that makes it like a family car and a sports car because back in the day, you know, they had the Nomads, and they were competing with the Nomads on the Mercury, and none of them had. It's the only vehicle built that's a 2-door hardtop wagon.
Really?
All the rest of them are 4-door hardtop wagons, and the Nomad is just doesn't have no windows in the quarters, you know, the quarter windows. So it's the only one built like that.
Oh wow!
So it makes it pretty rare.
Yeah, really unique. If you don't mind, we're just going to go around and get some different angles on this car so everybody can see it.
Okay.
So we really appreciate it, sir.
Sit on.
All right, I'm here with Daniel McCann, and this is his 1961 Cushman Silver Eagle, and it's a very beautiful and unique motorcycle. How did you come by this, sir?
I seen it on the internet up in Wichita, and I met with the guy and bought it. Give $3,000 for it. So.
Oh wow!
And
So
just the way it was when I bought it, original and everything. So I really enjoy it.
yeah,
You'll get
it's
about
very
57 if you got a good wind behind you in 6 miles.
nice. Really?
Yes.
Wow. How long have you had it for?
I've had it probably for about 16 years, 17 years now.
Oh wow.
And I really enjoy it. It's about time to redo the engine, so get it fixed up again.
Okay.
Maybe put electric start on it because most of the time I get tired of kicking it.
I understand. Yeah, it's
Yes.
really nice. Can you tell me a little bit about these motorcycles and
It's
their
really a
history?
scooter, what they call a scooter. And back when I was in junior high and grade school back there, not telling my age, but they were real popular. Everybody liked them. And you get around and something to do, you know, and have fun. So
Okay.
that's mainly why I liked it, because I bought it because I had one when I was littler.
Yeah, I understand. A lot of people here seem to go back and buy vehicles that they either owned then or were
I wish there's some
popular
cars
back
I
then.
had back then I'd kept. But,
Yeah.
so.
All right, can you tell me a little bit about Cushman and the vehicles that they made?
Yeah, Cushman, I don't remember what year they started, but they quit in '66. And they made a lot of other stuff for it. They made go-karts. They made a lot of these little carts for, they call it Vespas over in the seas. They made those and stuff. And these, I like these, and they've got a Road King they make. It's a 60, 61 that I'm trying to get one for, but most of the time, it's just, you know, I think 66 when they quit, and I wish I had one of them, but.
Oh, I understand. But this one was pretty near the end
Yeah,
then.
a lot of women like it because it's small, little, said they can handle it and want to buy it. Price is right, you can have it, but other than that, I really don't want to sell it. 'Cause
Yeah, I understand.
I'm going to keep it.
So you're planning to keep it and ride it around and
Oh, yes.
maybe pass it down?
Yeah, I got my son probably take it or my grandson. So yeah, it'll stay in the family.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you don't mind, we're going to get a few shots of it because it's just
Okay.
a really cool bike.
You bet.
And we want to look at some of the details. with Tom Martin in his 1970 Chevy Chevelle. Tom, can you tell me a little bit about your car? How you acquired it and everything?
I got it from a guy that wanted an El Camino worse than he wanted the Chevelle, so we worked out a trade.
Okay.
And then I never had the original motor, so I built a new motor for it, put a Traumatic 5-speed in it, which it was an original 4-speed 12-bolt Chevy car, but I built a different motor and put a Traumatic overdrive transmission in it.
Okay.
5-speed.
Okay. So I bet it kicks out quite a bit of horsepower.
Probably 475.
Well, that's not bad. I bet it gets up and goes.
Yeah.
Is the paint job how it was when you first got it?
I'm not going to paint it. I won't drive it if I paint it, so I'm going to leave it.
Yeah,
Drivetrain's good. I'm thinking about putting air conditioning in it.
Okay. And so, what are your plans for this car right now?
Just drive it now. Just a toy, yeah.
How long have you had it?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. Are you planning to keep it for a long period of time?
Yeah,
and pass it on?
my dad bought one when I was 11 years old.
It's extra large, the gray shirt,
Just like it.
Chevy.
I always wanted one.
A little bit ago.
Got one. Didn't think I'd ever own one.
Okay, so you kind of bought it just because your dad had it.
Yeah, he had one like it. He had one like it. Yeah.
Okay, well that's really nice.
His was an automatic.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your favorite memory with this car?
Little cars are running over at the Ford shop. Take your kids over there and hop in the little cars.
Putting the body mounts and stuff in it, when putting the 5-speed in it was a little challenge last winter, but a buddy helped me and we got it done.
Yeah, I understand. Putting work into a car always makes it more sentimental.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But if you don't mind, we're gonna go around and just get some shots of it so everybody can see it.
Okay.
And I really appreciate it, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. 2015 Hooker Car Show in Hooker, Oklahoma. I'm Tony Mathis, and until next time.